Welcome to Miles on Cars. This is my Peugeot 406 and as you can see it's a little bit tatty around the edges. However, we're going to be fixing that in the Project 406 series and we're going to start with these wiper blade arms. As you may have already noticed, they have already been restored. So let's jump in the DeLorean, go back in time a few days and go from there. Okay, so you just open the bonnet, nice and simple. It's a 16mm nut, so you get a 16mm spanner or socket, and you just simply undo the nut. There we go, nice and easy, and just pull it off. I'm just letting it soak in. All you need to remove this deteriorated windscreen wiper is simply a 16mm spanner and a pair of plumbing pliers. So what you want to do first is remove this nut, but not all the way. And then you take your plumbing pliers, pop one side of it just behind the wiper arm and the other on top of the nut. And then you give it a firm squeeze and off it comes. Then you simply remove the nut and the wiper arm itself. And now we can get to restoration. Now you've got your wiper arm and blade off. Simple thing to do, just remove the wiper blade itself. And then you get some sandpaper. You don't want it too aggressive. 80 grit if it's really bad like this. And then go to something like 400 and just make it nice and smooth, ready for paint. So I've just got the 400 grit paper and I'm just making it nice and smooth. So the paint you'll need, I've got plastic primer for the metal, satin black paint and some satin lacquer. What's useful is to have a thing of hot water just to warm up the spray paint cans because then they have better coverage. So get your primer and then you just wait. While that's warming up, we can finish sanding this wiper blade. Okay, once you've got fed up with sanding and it's smooth enough, then you need to clean the surface. Now you can use warm soapy water or something like that to wash it off, or contact cleaner and hope that that does the trick, which is what I'm going to do. Here we go. So give it a good shake. Nice and simple, leave a decent gap. The primer, sort of just a thin coat will be fine. Just leave it for a few minutes for it to sort of tack up and then you can put the satin black coat on it. Now it's worth putting this one in the warm water as well. It's worth doing it with all of them before you use it. Does your exhaust look like an absolute munter? Well, with this simple trick and some slight abrasive, you could be a real people pleaser. Start rubbing the tip and rubbing, and eventually If you're going to use a heat gun, just don't hold it in one spot for too long. Yeah, I'm not really the sort of person that should be giving instructions on how to paint. So this is the original wiper blade from the 406. It's fairly traditional style with the metal framework and a rubber strip on the underside. Now these do work, although they fairly often start juddering along the windscreen and then they don't clear it properly. So I like to use Bosch Aero twin wiper blades. They're really good, they look nice, they're more aerodynamic, although they are more expensive. They do clear the windscreen a lot better and they last a lot longer as well. Now I'm not sponsored by Bosch, but I do honestly think these are excellent wiper blades and I highly recommend them. So Bosch, please hit me up. The car is now looking like it just came out the showroom because of these new windscreen wiper arms. It's really simple to do and it really brings up the car and just makes it look that bit better. Now there's still a lot I need to do to this car, but if that's the only issue with your car, it's well worth doing because it'll add that extra £5 of value. Thanks for watching. Go for it. Okay, so the restoration of these has been done and okay, so the words on cardboard got your picture in my head. Oh, we're not doing a music video. Okay, so as you can see from the close-up shots that will appear on the screen,